If I make it through today without getting poison ivy, without getting a tick on me, and without getting a snake bite, it'll be a win for the day and I'll be happy. Hey y'all, I'm Alex with Soilmates of Georgia. I'm back down at the farm and I had a pretty cool video planned today. And as it happens almost every single time, things change when I get here. This time it changed right before I got here. I had a good ride down here, left fairly early. It's supposed to get up to 90 degrees today. It's now in the low 70s now, so it's comfortable, especially in the shade. I'm over here under the pear tree. I see some pears coming in. And I was about 5 minutes out, and my cousin texted me and said one of the cows had gotten out, and his dad, Danny, who manages our farm, is out of town this weekend. So I'm gonna go walk the fence line, see if I can find out where it got out. But it's always something different down here, and that's kind of the fun of it, something different all the time. I need to get on the tractor, and I want to mow on our back hill where we've shown it the past couple of years, where we have the thistle that comes up. I want to get that before it goes to seed, before it gets too big, and see if I can suppress it a little bit. So I'm going to do that. But also wanted to mention on my way down, one of the things I do, it's about an hour and a half ride for me from Atlanta down here. One of the things I do is I have a couple of podcasts I listen to. One of my best friends from high school is Jeff Keating. He has the podcast. He has a second one out now. First one was Fight Night, which is all the way released. You ought to go listen to it if you ever listen to podcasts, if you're on the road or anything, or have time at work. It's really good. The other one that I'm in now, I'm only in the second episode, is Pee Wee Gaskins Is Not My Friend. Really, it's intriguing. It's all true crime stuff. He does investigative reporting on the history of it. These are things that happened a while back. First one took place in Atlanta. This one takes place in South Carolina. So if you listen to podcasts, or if you've never listened to them, this is one to check out. Pee Wee Gaskins Is Not My Friend. And the other one, which is just fascinating for Atlanta history, is Fight Night. So go check those out. But I'm about to go walk the fence line, which was not on my agenda today. But it's part of farming. It's what you got to do when you're down here. And since I'm only working remotely, things are a little bit different. I was planning on getting down here. Like I said, it's going to get in the 90s today. I wanted to get my work done on the tractor before it got too hot. But now I think it's better to get the fence line walked and patched before it gets too hot and before any more cows get out. So I'm on to the next step now. So this is the fence line between our neighbor's property and ours, where we think it got out. And this is where we patched a few spots. I think it was about a year ago, maybe a year and a half. It was during the winter. But now it's in late May, and poison ivy's everywhere, and the snakes are around, and it is a different experience back here. So much more growth. All I'm doing is walking through the woods here, trying to find anything that could be a little bit of a hole for them to push through, walk over, or anything. Spiderwebs. I hate spiderwebs. Unless they're on the ground doing something where they're collecting little bugs and doing their thing, I hate walking through them. It's one of those nasty feelings. All right, I got to put the camera down because this is just crazy mess here. All right, we might have a winner here. Looks like this post, which was just an old tree that we had tied it to, is down. Well, no, there's a wire up here. They could have gotten through. I'm gonna try to straighten that up. I didn't bring I was telling you I had a good video planned, but I forgot all of my gear, my stand and everything, and my drone and my gimbal and everything. So I cannot put the camera on a stand and watch me fix this. This is easy enough, I think, but I'm gonna try to prop this up and then finish. Oh man, that is gonna be some mess to walk through down there. But if I can keep the cow in, it'll be worth it. This is the easy one. All right, that last one was easy. This one looks like it's the clear route they took. 2 trees down, and since I had no intention of mowing today, I was just gonna get on the tractor, be down here for 4 hours and get back. I didn't bring my chainsaw. But this is right close to the end of it here. because that's where the swamp starts, and I'm not going through there, at least from this side. Not from this side. But these, I'm going to see if I can lift them up, or I don't know what I'll do. Maybe my dad's chainsaw is down here. I can find it. But I'm going to try to lift those now. Let's see. Let's just give it a little. That's going to be a beast. I don't know what I'm going to do. All right, here's to thinking. New ideas. All right. Maybe it's just because I'm such a novice at this. I didn't have the sense to bring all my tools down with me on my first walk down here. I figured it was just a limb or a tree that had fallen. I could move it, which it is. A tree, 2 trees that I just showed here that have fallen over. But I was able to move the first one, then I realized we had used it as a post. So everything's nailed into it. So the more I pulled it, the more the fence moved down. So I made the long walk back up. And Brent, if you're watching this, my buddy Brent Eason, YouTube guy, if you look up Brent Eason Farms, he's got an incredible farm. I believe he's in the Midwest. Sorry, I can't remember right now, Brent. In Kansas, maybe? But he's got some great sheep and cows out there and a ton of land. So, Brent, I don't think you have to deal with this, but he was making fun of me for my run the other day down here. Said I was going to lose my farm card. I'm so glad I'm in good shape, in decent shape, because hiking up this, through this brush, over these washed out gullies, I'm winded. And I just did, 2 weeks ago, I just did an 11-mile run, and this has got me worn down. So I went back up, got all my tools. Now I'm gonna get going on trying to fix it. And just to make it worse, just to add to the fun of being a farmer, I've got an injury in my back, a pinched nerve in my back that has caused problems in my hand. So I can't use my right hand. I'm right-handed. I can't use my right thumb fully. And I'm going to try to do this mostly with my left hand. I think I can hold a hammer slightly. But it's going to make it a challenge. I got a surgery coming up next month, I think. I'm going to try to schedule it when I get back home during the week next week. But I'll talk about that later. I don't want to be whiny about it. It's something that should be easily fixed. I'll be down for maybe a month. But it's humid down here. This is going to be a good fix for me, a good test at what kind of hand use I have, what kind of farmer I might be eventually. So here I go trying to fix it. Everything Susie and I are doing in our garden, having the chickens in my backyard, coming down here, learning on the farm, is all part of the prep for when we're living down here. So we have a few years to learn the basics of being a farmer. I still have my cousin around to be my mentor down here. But all this, like fixing fences, putting up the electrical fence, all that is in prep for being a farmer. Today's a big test. I did it. I got done what I wanted. Now, let me just flip the camera around. It's not the prettiest fence by a long shot, but it's a visual barrier. And so what I did was, since I couldn't hold the wire by myself, one-handed mostly, I wrapped it around the tree and got it to where it held onto itself, and then got some nails in there. I need to hit that one a little bit better. My hand just really gave out. I got some other ones on the other side a little bit better over here. But I strung it down. The first one I did was a cut piece of wire. I didn't know it, so I got halfway down. I ran out of wire. It was just a scrap that we just left on there. It just fell in a hole. Yeah, I got to look out for snakes too. That's the other thing. That's just a no rodent or reptile. But I got about halfway down and decided just to tie it in and start over. So I ran 2 more pieces. All the bottom part, it's kind of hard to see from a distance, but this old rusted out hog panel down here that was run along. So I was able to cut that out from under the trees and pull it up to some extent, at least through here, and pulled it up down there pretty good. And there's another wire that was halfway done. I got it kind of tied into it. Again, it's just more of a visual barrier. If these cows want to get through, they can get through anything. But this gives them a reason not to cross here and look for something different. This is pretty good going down here. I mean, it's really loose it needs to be a whole lot tighter, but it'll hold for now. There was a bit of a gap between these trees, and I tried to pull up some of this just to give a little bit more of a barrier and tied it on a little bit here. And then old trick is you run another wire in between. Just, it doesn't do anything to hold them in much, but it gives the cows something to see, to know that there's wire there. I think this will be good enough. If not, I guess we'll fix it again. But I'm pretty happy with it. I am proud of myself for doing this, by myself especially. My dad helped me last time, and or I helped him, and we did it together and got a lot of it done. So you can see it is warm out here. I'm soaked, and I'm going back up through the brush up here, see if I can make it back to the truck, get some something to drink, and get on with what I came on here to do. But I'm proud of what I did, and it feels good to get something done. I'm heading back up. I wanted to show y'all what I was talking about for this brush. That's the gully here coming down that was washed out. I side passed it, but that means I have this hill to go up, which is still better than going up other part over here. It's about 9 feet tall, well above my head, especially when I'm carrying all this gear. But decided to catch my breath before I try to tackle this beast. I think I used to play back here when I was a kid, but I don't know if it's being near 50 years old or just not being a kid and playing, but it is feels a lot different now trying to get up it. If I make it through today without getting poison ivy, without getting ticks, so far it looks like I'm not getting bit by a snake. I'm about to get on the tractor now, so I should be safe from snakes and ticks and poison ivy, I hope. But getting through all that brush and everything, getting everything done, I'm really proud of myself for doing it. I'm learning as I go. But poison ivy is definitely something I've learned about already multiple times. So I'm gonna head in the house, wash up before I even get on the tractor, and see if I can cut off the poison ivy before it starts spreading all over me like it usually does. I mean, I got a cow coming to visit. Let me see if I can swing around and catch her. Where'd she go? There she is. She might be in the shade a bit there, but I got a visitor coming. So anyway, I appreciate y'all watching, and if you haven't yet, please subscribe. If you like seeing my efforts out here learning to be a farmer, please hit that like button and share it with some friends, and give me a thumbs up. Thanks, y'all. Bye.